Alright, so the new Ignace monsters just got revealed. You got a little taste of what that's going to be. And I just reviewed them. I've made this video like twice. But I want to go over with them with you guys, and I want to go and explain my thoughts in regards to this, because there's already been a couple of cards revealed for them. I believe it's been 3 Link monsters, a Ignace monster, and a spell. Let me go ahead and double check that. Yes. So they're all really important. But I wanted to go over the new cards that just got revealed and see how this ends up going for you guys. So first off is a level 4 light. They're all going to be Cybers with 1200, 600. Don't trust the 200 because on the card it says 1200. It says you can only use the first and second effects once per turn each. So all of these main deck monsters are going to have that ability, and I feel like it's going to be very important in regards to that because of all the effects. So when this is normal or special summoned, you can add 1 AI spell or trap from your deck to your hand. There's a lot of good AI spell or traps in the deck, so I feel like the utilization of these cards are going to be very big. You can target 1 Ignace monster you control. Its level becomes 4 until the end of the turn. What's really cool about this deck is since it utilizes all the summoning mechanics, which you're going to be seeing in the future, but since it uses all the summoning mechanics, they have different ways to get these summoning mechanics working off of those cards. So this one takes another one, makes it level 4 so you can make the Ignace. This is a level 3 Cyverse Tuner effect monster, so there's going to be a synchro. 600, 1000. Really cool artwork. This one is really cool artwork too. So you can only use the first and second effect once per turn. When this is normal or special summoned, send 1 Ignace monster from your deck to the graveyard. That's interesting. I don't know how it's going to be utilized well, but I wonder if there's some way to like reborn them. I do know that there's a reborn in the deck, but I wonder if like there's a lot more like consistent ways to pull off this reborn combo. If this is sent to the graveyard as a material for a Cyber Synchro monster, you can target 1 monster in your graveyard that is used for the material of this summon and special summon it. I don't know how this is going to end up being because this is going to be interesting, as I feel like the Synchro is the weakest one out of all of them. So I don't know if I'm going to be running more than one of this guy, other than the fact that it's a Foolish, but I do like its Reborn effect when you Synchro with it, so that might be a change. Level 4 Dark Cyverse effect. Ignace Turday, 400, 1600, only first and second effect each. When this is normal or special summoned, target 1 Ignace monster in the graveyard and add it to your hand. Then if this is sent to the graveyard for the material of a Cyverse Link monster, target 1 AI spell or trap in your graveyard and add it to your hand. Is Foolish Barrel Goods going to be good in this deck? I wonder. Because I feel like you want to go ahead and use this as like setup for later, because this is going to be really cool, as this will send one from your graveyard to your, or from your graveyard, or from your deck to the graveyard, and then this will recycle it. But I don't know how that's going to work. Alright, and then the level 2, 800, 800, Fire. So they're all having different attributes. That's a really cool thing about this deck, and one thing that I like about a lot of decks in regards to this, because when it has different attributes, it means that they're going to have like a lot more different summoning mechanics and different ways to utilize it, the way that like Prank Kids do it, and I really like that. So if this card is normal or special summoned, you can add 1 level 4 lower Ignace monster from your deck to your hand, except this card. I really like that. But the second one, at the start of the damage step, when a Cyberse monster you control battles, you can banish this card from your graveyard and destroy your own monster. I don't know how the second one's going to end up working, but maybe later down the road there's going to be like niche things where it ends up doing. But the fact that this is I feel like 1-2 card combo that like pulls out a lot more pieces, because this searches for the level 4. The level 4 searches for the spell. And then they do have, like, there are link ones for Cyberse that are very useful. So you can't go and shoot those down either. Let's see here. At the start of the damage step, when a Cyberse monster, Earth, level 1, 100, 800, Doshin, Adignister. It looks like it's a candy bar. I don't know why, but it does. If you control an Adignister monster, you can special summon this card from your hand. I like that. It's free materials. And then you can target one Cyberse Link monster in your graveyard, return it to the extra deck, and if you do, add one fusion from your deck to the hand. So they do have an in-archetype fusion card. You do have to link summon, though. So, okay, so the fire monster... No, I don't know how this would be utilized pretty well. Fire monster searches for this. Normal this, link into this, go into Secure Garden now using that monster. And then shuffle the link monster, add a fusion, and then hopefully the fusion monster is not bad. Level 1, Water, Cyberse, 300, 400. If you control special summon this, okay, so it looks like the level 1 special summon themselves. You contribute one other Cyberse monster, add one level 5 or higher Adignister monster from your deck to your hand. Also, this level becomes 4 until the end of the turn. Then if you tributed a link monster to activate this effect, you can add one AI's ritual from your deck to your hand. I really, really like that. That is a pre-preparation of rights just by using the level 2. So you use the level 2, link summon, or use the level 2, search for this, special summon this, link summon with the level 2 into any Adignister monster, tribute that, search for both ritual monster and... Okay, I like that. If only there was any other main deck like Adignister monsters, but since it's not, this is still a +1 just by using the level 2 fire. Okay. Level 7 Water Cyberse, Water Leviathan. That is beautiful artwork. 23 2000. You can ritual summon this card using AI's ritual. So you can, I believe you can use Cyberse ritual too. Cyberse ritual. I think that's the name. Signet ritual. Tribute monsters exceed. If you do control no monsters, you can banish this card and one ritual monster from your graveyard. Special summon 2 signet tokens. Okay, that's not bad. And Cyberse Witch searches it out, so... I mean, that's not bad. Like, you have a way to search out for a Cyberse Ritual monster and a Cyberse Ritual from your deck off of this by banishing a spell, and this searches for Cyberse Ritual, so... Or this can be used off of it. I don't know. If this is Ritual Summon, you can turn monsters with 2300 or less attack to the hand. I don't know how that's going to be good, but I'm going to go past that because it might not be as good as I think. You can target one face-up monster your opponent controls, return as many link monsters as possible from your graveyard into the extra deck, and if you do, that target's attack becomes 0. I really, really like that. but it's kind of redundant for the next ability, which is once per damage calculation. When this card battles an opponent's monster, you can have that monster's attack during the damage calculation only. So the ritual monster is the damage reduction down to 0, and then you attack into another monster and have its attack so that dies. So I guess it's not bad. Earth Golem at Ignister. You take no damage for the rest of the turn after this was fusion summoned. This card attacks a special summon monster from the extra deck. You gains attack equal to the original attack of the damage step. When this is destroyed by battle, target one Cyberse monster in your graveyard, special summon it. Okay, this is a reasonable card. It requires a Cyberse monster and a Link monster, so you can basically just summon an Ad Ignister monster, have a Super Poly, set that pass, summon this, and you take no damage for the rest of the turn. So this could literally be a win condition in time against pretty much every deck, and I find that incredibly scary. Wind Pegasus. During your main phase, you can destroy any number of... it's a generic, level 7, wind, 2315. Okay, not bad. Use first and second effect. Yeah, that's pretty obvious. During your main phase, you can destroy any number of spell and traps your opponent controls up to the number of Ad Ignister monsters you control. I don't know if that's going to be good at all, because if you are able to summon that and summon more than one Ad Ignister and your opponent didn't have a way to stop you, I don't know. Like, the only way that I can think of, like, it being utilized is, like, you red reboot them and then they don't have anything to follow up. That's pretty much all I can think of. If this card is in your field or in your graveyard and another card you control is destroyed by battle or by an opponent's card effect, you can banish this card, target one card your opponent controls, and shuffle it into the deck. I don't know. I don't know how this would end up being, because it banishes itself, so it removes itself from the field to the graveyard. It does shuffle, but it targets. I, again, have no idea how this would end up being. I do like its artwork. I do like its design. I just don't know how good this card is going to be. It's most likely going to be 1 of in the extra, and the level 3 might be a 1 or 2 of in the main, just because of the foolish effect. So Ignister AI Land, field spell. You can only use the second effect once per turn. If you control no monsters in the main monster zone, you can special summon 1 level 4 Ad Ignister monster from your hand, but for the rest of the turn, you cannot special summon monsters with the same attribute from this effect. Also, you cannot special summon monsters except Cyberse monsters. Okay, I'm fine with that. Its utilization of its effects, basically, it looks like the basic combo for this deck is special summon level 2 off of this. Search for level 4. Link into most likely like a Link 1. Special summon level 4. Search for a spell or trap. And then maybe if like there's some way to get another combo, but I have no idea. If this card is in your graveyard, you can banish 1 Ad Ignister monster from your graveyard and set it to the field. Okay, so Foolish Burial Goods would actually be pretty good in this deck, as it's recyclable, and the level 4 can recycle them too. So, interesting. Okay, they have a Idle Reborn, quick play. First and second once per turn each. Target 1 Ad Ignister in your graveyard. Special summon it for the rest of the turn. After this card resolves, can't special summon anything other than Cyberse monsters. I like that effect. Simple, to the point. Wait, it said like a second effect. During attack declaration between 2 monsters, you can banish this card, and 1 card from your hand. Target 1 AI spell or trap in your graveyard or amongst your banished cards, except this card and add it to your hand. I don't know how that works. If this activates, when it's activated and banishes itself and one card from your hand, it is a really good profitable card. If it banishes itself from the graveyard, it's a profitable card. If it banishes it out from the hand, it's a bad card. AI Love Fusion, normal spell card. Fusion summon one Cyrus Fusion monster from your extra deck using monsters you control or have in your hand as materials. If you're using an Ad Ignister monster as a material, you can also use one link monster your opponent controls as a material. Okay, so they have their own in-archetype Super Poly. So that's good. And since this uses an Ad Ignister monster from anywhere, it would be very interesting as you can actually reveal an Ad Ignister from your hand and one link monster they control and just remove it from the board. So that's really cool. And then, okay, that's it. The ritual spell. Tribute Ad Ignister monsters from your hand or field that equal or exceed the level of the ritual monster for a Cyrus ritual monster. That's really good because you can actually run Cyrus Magician in this deck and not be hindered by it. If you control an Ad Ignister monster, when you activated this card, you can banish one Ad Ignister monsters from your graveyard instead of tributing. That is really good. It doesn't look like there's any utilization of the banish zone, so it looks like you use them for link summoning, and then your final resolution is to use them for the ritual summon and bounce everything that the opponent controls to the hand. But yeah, so it looks like it's purely OTK. What you do is I think the combo that it's expecting you to do is summon the synchro, then summon the fusion monster, right? And then reborn the synchro, right? And then ritual summon using either the synchro or a link monster as it looks like you search for your link monster. Yeah, you summon your link monster, summon this, search for your ritual monster in the final count, and then just go off from there. I have no idea how it's going to end up being, but I'm very interested to seeing how this deck's going to play. Other than that, this is Prank Kid Duelist. I just wanted to review this because this deck seemed interesting, and hopefully this is going to be one of those rogue decks that I can make meta. If not, this is definitely going to be a deck that I'm going to be picking up. Thank you so much. Have a good day.